YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with yet another Washington football team video, and in today's video, we're here to talk about the Washington football team versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Preview Week 17 matchup, a huge game for the Washington football team. Win and you're in. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL. In this case, our Washington football team. And let's get straight into today's video. But first, I want to say thank you guys for rocking with me all 2020. This is the first video of 2021. It was a big year for your boy, and this year the subscriber goal by the end of this year is 10,000 subscribers. I know we can do it, man. We're only 8,000 away, so we can get there, man. We have 12 months, a full entire year to get to 10,000. I know with you guys support, we can get there with ease. So make sure you guys subscribe, share, and like the videos so we can get to the subscriber goal of 10,000. With that out the way, let's get straight into today's video. So, Washington, Philly, Week 17. At the link, we have a chance to go to the playoffs for the second straight week to clinch the division. Put on the hats, the shirts. Are we going to get it done? So, before we get into that, let's get into the injury report for both teams. So, the Washington football team, we have Wes Schweitzer, hip, he's going to play. Jonathan Allen didn't practice, but non-injury related, so he was 100% yesterday. Terry McLaurin and Antonio Gibson are the two big names that we are, concerned about. Antonio Gibson, Ron Rivera already came over and said that he's he's good. He's just getting rest off the toe. They don't want to put anything on the toe, so I'm not really too concerned about Antonio Gibson. But you never know, barring any setbacks on game day or even tomorrow, you never know what can just happen with that turf toe. One day it could be fine, the next day it could swell up. You never know until he's good to go. But I think, in my personal opinion, that he's going to play. He played last week. They're just trying to keep him off his toe so he can be 100% for game day. Now, Terry McLaurin, he didn't play last week. He didn't practice all week long. He has a high ankle sprain, and a high ankle sprain typically takes 3 to 5 weeks to heal properly. And by any miracle, I don't see Terry McLaurin playing. I see him, sitting out this week. And if we do in fact win, we're going to host a wild card game, and that's when I see him coming back. Now, with the Eagles, they are banged up. Deshaun Jackson, Jordan Mailata, Derek Barnett, Fletcher Cox, Jalen Mills, their third-string quarterback that was getting toasted by the Cowboys last week, he's dealing with injuries. That's just to name a few. Miles Sanders, Dallas Goedert. So they're banged up a lot, and that is going to be helping out Washington a ton. I don't see none of those guys playing, and neither does a Philadelphia Eagles beat reporter. He actually came out and said he expects them to rest all those guys and to see them in 2021. I mean, why not, Philly? You guys have nothing to play for, so you might as well just rest your Philadelphia Eagles players into next season. So that's a big plus for the Washington football team. We kind of won the injury report in a way, if you want to look at it like that, because they're missing a lot of more key players than we are. So we should be able to win this game based off the injury report. But hey, nothing is confirmed, as you can see, with this team. So let's get into the keys to victories. First key to victories, you have to get after Jalen Hurts. Washington seems to struggle week in and week out. Every time we place a mobilized quarterback, we seem to struggle. Kyler Murray struggled. Lamar Jackson struggled. Wes Wilson struggled. And even with Teddy Bridgewater, I felt like he killed us at times. So we have to contain Jalen Hurts. We have to get out there. We can't allow him to extend plays with his legs, because that's when he becomes dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Force Jalen Hurts to beat him with your arm. You know what I'm saying? That's a separate key that we'll get into a little bit later. But Jalen Hurts, you can't allow him to extend plays with your legs, because then that's where he gets to kill you. You know what I'm saying? That's where he's able to extend plays and look downfield. So the edge rushers, we gotta contain him, keep him in that pocket. Montez Sweat, that's who I'm looking at the most. Montez Sweat, you have to contain your outside, man. Montez Sweat is a beast, but sometimes he struggles containing that outside. Chase Young does too a little bit. So the edge rushers, Ryan Kerrigan, Chase Young, Montez Sweat, you gotta contain that outside and keep Jalen Hurts trapped in a box. Show him that he cannot come out on that edge, or you're gonna hog him down. Keep him in that box and let the big boys go get him. So the next game on my list for the offense, rather, I have to abuse that secondary. That secondary is banged up. Jalen Mills, I mentioned, is not playing, and he was put on the COVID reserve list, so he is not playing. They're on their third-string cornerback, and he's dealing with injury, so I don't know if he's going to play. And then you have Darius Slay. I believe that's the only one that's going to actually play, but I'm not 100% sure he's going to play. So that's the only one in their secondary that has a name, and that really scares me. So their secondary is banged up. We have to take advantage of their secondary, and this is a game where Terry McLaurin will be feasting. So I hope he plays, but I highly doubt it. So that's okay. Gotta get your other other targets involved: Logan Thomas, Cam Sims, Steven Sims, Isaiah Wright, Antonio Gandy-Golden, J.D. McKissic. He's going to have a heavy workload yet again. Even with Antonio Gibson being back, or even if him not playing, J.D. McKissic is going to have a heavy workload, even though it kind of decreased last week, and that's what I kind of hate when Antonio Gibson plays. It decreases J.D. McKissic's workload, because J.D. McKissic is a ball player, man, and I really love seeing J.D. McKissic play. So even with Antonio Gibson not playing, or even if he does play, I expect J.D. McKissic to have a heavy workload, and that's another weapon you have to get the ball in your hands. Spread him out wide. Let him attack that secondary. Let him run vertical, you know what I'm saying? Like he did last week versus the Carolina Panthers. Beat him over top towards the sideline. And Taylor Heinicke threw a beautiful ball for a touchdown. So you got to get the ball into your playmaker's hand and abuse that secondary. You know what I'm saying? It's not really too much to go over with beating Philadelphia, because I'm not going to say we should, dominate them, but they're an easy team to beat. You know what I'm saying? Especially with all the injuries out. You know what I'm saying? If you want to talk 100%, I wouldn't say they're, an easy team to beat at 100%, but they're very vulnerable at 100%. But now with them being at 50%, if that, they're very vulnerable. So this is an easy team to take care of. Now, I don't want to toot my horn. I don't want to get ahead of myself, because I know how Washington tends to let us down as fans when we lose to teams that we have no business losing to. Hence, last week, the Carolina Panthers had no business losing to them bastards, but we did. So you can't overlook anyone in that sense. But this is a very easy team to take care of, even with them being 100%, and in this case they are not. Next key on my list for the Washington football team to win this game is to establish the run game. I don't care if it's Antonio Gibson, J.D. McKissic, Lamar Miller if he's activated, or even my boy Peyton Barber. I don't care who it is. Establish the run, Scott Turner. Scott Turner, we were killing the Panthers last week on the run, or should I say on the ground. Even though we got down 20-3, we still were able to run the ball on him, and we could. And as soon as we got down by double digits, he got away from that. I understand, Scott. You want to pass. That's Scott Turner's philosophy. He wants to pass. But you have to be, you have to keep them on their heels. You can't become one-dimensional, because that's how you become easy to beat. Scott Turner, I understand. Like I said once again, we were down 17 points, and you want to crawl back in this game by throwing the ball. But you don't always have to do that, especially when it's a lot of time left. You don't have to throw the ball 24/7, and that's what he got in the habit of doing. He got away from the run game, and Antonio Gibson, he became less and less, in the game. So we need to get the run game percolating, and we need to use our running backs more, even if we're down in this game. He even alluded to that in his presser. He said, we got away from the run game, and I have to do a better job at getting the run game back more involved, whether the scoreboard is what it is. And he didn't really say that verbatim, but he said something about like that in his press conference. So you have to continue establishing the run game, whether the score is what it is. So next key on my list for the defense is we have to get after their offensive line. Their offensive line is banged up, you know what I'm saying, and it's crazy. Jordan Mailata, like I alluded to, is the backup to the backup, and he is playing. I know Jason Peters isn't playing. I believe he had surgery, so their left tackle is going to be out. So we should have a field day. I'm honestly not trying to be too cocky, but we should have a field day on their offensive line, or more specifically Jalen Hurts. We should have at least 6 sacks, guys. And I don't like putting out numbers. You know that. I stopped putting out numbers. But this offensive line is depleted, man. I'm telling you guys, this offensive line is in shambles. So we should have a field day. But more specifically, Montez Sweat, Chase Young. You got to get after that quarterback. You guys have the easier matchups. You know what I'm saying? Jason Kelsey is going to be there, one of the best centers in football, so the inside guys are going to have a tough time. But our edge rushers, we have to get there. You guys, Montez Sweat, Chase Young, want to have the easier matchups, and those are, in fact, the guys that I want to have the easier matchups. So we're going to have a field day on the Philadelphia Eagles, and I could, feel it. Now, talking about Alex Smith before we get out of here, like I alluded to earlier, he's practicing well, and he looks good, barring any setbacks. He should be playing, but we don't know. I really believe that Alex Smith is going to have an okay day if he does, in fact, start. An okay day in his eyes is good. I'm talking 17 for 25, 131 yards for a touchdown and no turnovers. That is winning football, and that is playoff football. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to establish the run game with Alex Smith back there. He's not going to be asked to do too much, but take what the defense is giving him. And Jim Schwartz, he likes to sag off his defenders a lot, so take the underneath routes like I know Alex Smith is going to do, and Taylor Heinicke does that too. So needless to say, I'm not too confident in Taylor Heinicke, but if he in fact has to go out there, I'm not going to be scared how I would have been if Dwayne Haskins was playing. So, with that being said, just a little quick video, man. Hopefully, everything goes down how it's supposed to go down this Sunday. If we do, in fact, win Sunday night, I will be having a call-in show the following day where you guys can call in on stream around probably 6:30 p.m. So, make sure you guys have your post notifications on for that. And also, I am streaming the game. Like you guys know, I stream every single game. I will be going live around 8:15 p.m. to start the game. And you know we go through for start to finish every single game. So, make sure you guys come through for that and the stream on Monday if we in fact do win. Pray that we win so we can have that call-in talk show. With that out the way, it's me, boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe, host of Washington football team. And my score prediction for this game is Washington will win 27-10. And we're going to put on the NFC East Champions hat, shirts, whatever, at the link. Like, comment, subscribe, host of Washington football team. It's me, boy Juan Gotti. I'm out. Peace.